Alright, look. I'm sure by now you guys have seen ACP Carter's video and Bill for VOLS and Rondo's, and it's obvious. Those guys are trying to be funny. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they would do that in a week when we play the number one team in the country. So, I apologize for those guys' videos. I know you guys wanted more from the Tennessee fans this week, so I'm going to give it to you now. It's the least I can do. I feel like I need to share this with you because I'm a diehard Tennessee fan and I can't keep this in any longer. It's tonight is I've got to share it with everybody. I can't hold it back anymore. This is something that only I have known. I've been in contact with Derek Dooley since the day he arrived on campus. When he got here, he contacted me and approved everything with me to make sure what he said at that first press conference was okay. And I said, Derek, look, first 2 years, it's all you, bud. And then in year 3, after 6 games, halfway through, I'm going to dictate how things go from here on out. And Derek said, you know what, BVD, that's a good idea. So here's the straight skinny on Tennessee, Alabama, and the Tennessee program thus far. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of the first 2 years. You guys saw it. You saw the Kentucky debacle. You saw the excitement in the overtime win against UAB. You saw Derek's actions in the locker room after the Vandy game. You guys have seen all that. Derek has actually had a really hard time this year keeping these guys, especially the defense, toned down. What you guys don't know about this defense is they've been laying back. They've been letting big plays happen. They've been giving false hope to everyone, and they've let these 3 ranked teams that they played this year go ahead and get victories. You guys saw how close the games were, right? I mean, you guys do realize that in all of these 3 games that we've lost, we were there at the end of the game, and at any moment we could have striked. Let's start with the Florida game. Florida, we lead pretty much the whole game. We're dominating that game. And then halfway through the third quarter, I put the phone call into Derek and I say, Derek, okay, turn it off. Derek turns it off. 4 or 5 plays, and 200 yards later, Florida's got a big lead, and they cruise on into that 17-point victory. The plan's coming into motion perfectly at that time. So the Georgia game rolls around. Georgia's got a high ranking. They're undefeated. Everybody's thinking, yeah, this is it. We're going to crush Tennessee and move on towards an SEC title. I called Derek up. I said, the plan's working great. Go in there, let them jump all over you, get a big lead, just like they did, and then when I place the call, turn it back on. You saw it, second quarter, up to halftime. I placed the call. Derek turned the beasts loose. What happened? We come roaring back. We get turnovers. We got a lead right before halftime. A minute before halftime, I called Derek up. I said, Derek, easy, dude. Don't go in at halftime with a lead. Let them come down, kick a field goal, tie it up. And I called him. I said, Derek, okay, you're doing great. In the second half, let them come out in the third quarter, punch us in the mouth, make it look good, let them get a couple of touchdown lead, and then we'll come back in the fourth quarter, and we'll get it right there. We'll get the Vols fans right out on the edge. That's what happened. 3 possessions to win the game. Tyler Bray purposely throws the interceptions, has the fumble. Folks, this plan is coming along fabulously. All right, so now we get a bye week. We're telling the coaching staff's telling everybody we're going to work on these mistakes. Yeah, everybody thinks they're mistakes, but it's really the plan is coming along perfectly. So Mississippi State, all these Vol fans, myself included, I'm playing right along because you guys know I'm a great actor. Everybody starts getting kind of excited again. Here's a ranked team that's not as good as everybody thinks. They've beaten a bunch of chumps. We can go to Starkville, ruin their parade, get the W, and get the fan base fired up. I put in the call. I said, Derek, you're doing a great job. You can see it all coming into fold, and you can see that I'm telling you what was supposed to happen. You've got these guys feeling comfortable, but we kind of scared them with that damn touchdown run back. You know, you were supposed to tell CP to only run it back to the 2 and then fumble and let them have the ball. I can forgive that mistake. What I want you to do, Derek, is call down to Charlie Corner. Tell him that Mississippi State is going to bloop a kick, because I just talked to Dan Mullen. That's what he's going to do. They're going to bloop a kick, and I want you to tell Michael Rivera to stand there with a blank look on his face. Don't catch it. Don't wait for a fair catch. Just stand there like an idiot, okay, and act like you don't know what to do. Let the ball hit. State will recover it. They can take it in for a touchdown and build their lead. You guys saw it. That's exactly what happened. So Mississippi State takes that 13-point lead into halftime. They're feeling good about themselves. And I said, okay, Derek, it's halftime. You know what to do. Hobble down there on your crutches, yell, throw some cuss words out there, ruffle a few hairs, and then in the third quarter we'll come out and we'll shut their asses down with that great defense. Maybe give them 10, 15 yards, let them know that they can still gain a little bit. Derek Dooley hobbles back up to the press box. The plan works flawlessly. We cut the lead down, we're dominating, our defense bows up like they do, shuts Mississippi State down. Then, of course, in the fourth quarter, we let them win. So here we are at Alabama week. Here we go, Vol fans. I know you guys are all upset. I know there's a lot of Tennessee upset and calling for Derek Dooley's head this week. A lot of them want him fired now. A lot of them say wait till the end of the season. Don't do it. Okay? Like I said, I just got off the phone with Derek. Here's what's going to happen this weekend. For the entire first half, we will keep Alabama pinned up inside their own 10. If we don't block the punts out of the end zone, I'm looking for this game to probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 65 to 70 to nothing at halftime. That depends on how I'm feeling. I might call Derek halfway through the second quarter and say, ease up. We don't want the Alabama players to quit on us. We want this to at least look like a game so we can keep the Alabama fans in the stadium through the third quarter. Expect Tyler Bray to throw for 500 yards in the first half. Rajon's going to have about 300 rushing. Then at halftime, we'll pull our starters. We'll bring Justin Worley out in the second half. I have approved for him to throw for 400 yards. Deverin's going to come in and run for 90 yards in the third quarter. Q is going to come in and run for 90, and then CP is going to take over running back duties for the rest of the game. And when you see the stat sheet on Sunday, and it shows that Cordero Patterson has 700 yards rushing, 600 yards receiving, and I think I called for 1,200 yards. Yeah, 1,200 yards in returns. You'll know why. But the final score of this game is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 226 to 3. I hate Alabama. I hate their fans. I hate everything about them, but I feel sorry for them. There's no winning tradition there. Now, here's the final morsel of information to this video. Philip Fulmer. Now, as many of you know, all the Alabama fans love Philip Fulmer. He's always been their dream coach. In fact, he was going to be the coach when Nick Saban took over. I called Mal Moore and said, Mal, look, I know you're wanting to give Phil $20 million to come down there and resurrect your program, but it's not a good idea. As a result, 2 years ago when Alabama was up here, we had Philip Fulmer on our tickets to kind of rib him a little bit. And this year, we're going to have Philip Fulmer being honored at the game while Alabama's here. Is it coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. All I know is Blue Tick Bullies, Tennessee Volunteers, we are superior to Alabama and Alabama Nation in every way possible. I know all of you guys have visions and dreams of being volunteers and volunteer fans, but there's just not enough room for you guys to come in to our world of greatness. So sit back this weekend, watch the beauty unfold, watch as all the fan support shifts to Derek Dooley, and at the end of the season, Derek Dooley will sign a 20-year contract and lead this team to 18 consecutive national championships, and it all starts this Saturday against Alabama. My plan, it's coming together this weekend. It all culminates at Neyland Stadium against the Alabama Crimson Tide. You guys have a great week. Go Vols and Alabama. I truly feel sorry for you guys. As many of you know, I'm a father. None of us are perfect in how we raise our children, but I have managed to instill some good qualities in my daughter. I've helped make her learn that some things are important in life and some things are not. And one of the things that I have passed on to her is the importance of Tennessee beating Alabama. And I think, although I'm not sure yet, she's only 12, but I think my daughter understands how much better we are than Alabama. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go see. Hey, Kayla.
What?
Tennessee plays Alabama this weekend. What do you think's going to happen?
That's easy, Dad. We're going to beat them 100-0.
There you go.